Hey my friends, this is Hardy Quest with Chapel Hill Quest Martial Arts and the Ninja Everyday, and I wanted to make a little video today explaining a roll that we use in our Jiu-Jitsu class called the Granby roll. The Granby roll is a shoulder to shoulder roll, which is a little bit different from a shoulder to hip sort of Zimpo Kaiten front roll done ninja style. So we're going to break down a couple of drills that you can use to get yourself ready to Granby roll, a couple of ways to practice the Granby roll, the half Granby and the full Granby, and then we'll show you some ways that you can apply it as you're moving around on the mat. So performing a Granby roll does require a little bit of flexibility, particularly in your spine and especially up around your neck. So one of the first things that you can do is start by developing that flexibility through doing a yoga style plow pose. Now you begin with your feet on the ground. You're going to rock back, take special care not to roll up too fast or too violently onto your head, but see if you can bring your feet over your shoulders and let them ultimately touch the mat. So I'm going to begin my practice by sort of reaching back, extending my legs. Can I let my toes touch the mat and extend my arm? If this is completely inaccessible to you, it may be difficult for you to do the Granby roll. So begin your Granby practice by making sure that you have the flexibility needed to perform the technique. The first way that we can practice this Granby roll is called a half Granby. I'll begin this by starting in a seated position. I'm going to fold forward. I'm going to reach over like I'm touching my toes, and from this position I'm going to attempt to laterally transition over my shoulders, and then as I kick my feet up, I'm going to be facing away from the camera. So it's going to begin like this. I'm going to fold forward, roll over my shoulders to this plow position, and then kick my feet up. To go the other way, I'm going to do it in reverse. So I'm going to fold forward, roll to my plow position, and kick my feet up. And that's the half Granby. You can do this traveling down a line like this. And you wind up facing both ways, or you could go back and forth. Again, be very careful and take special care of your neck. To perform a standard Granby roll, the way that I like to begin is by taking the hand that's going to lead and reach outside my leg. Place my shoulder on the mat and roll from one shoulder to the other and come over so that I'm landing on my knees in this same position. So if I start back here, I'm going to take my hand, reach across, put my shoulder on the mat, roll over shoulder to shoulder, and wind up back on my knees. So from here I'm going to place my arm behind me, shoulder down on the mat, tuck my head underneath, and roll from shoulder to shoulder. You can do this in a circle. Be sure to practice both directions. Once you develop some competency with this technique, you can perform it faster and faster. So I can shoot my leg through and cover some ground as I'm moving with this Granby to come back. This is useful in escapes and attacks, specifically getting in and out of arm lock. Once you can perform the Granby, you can use that same sort of movement, that same sort of body control to invert yourself as you transition or attempt to regain your guard. You could use it at the end of a shrimp, which looks like this. If I shrimp and bring myself back, I could tuck my head underneath and come back to the other side. So I could shrimp and push, tuck myself underneath, or you could use it at the end of a bridge. So if I bridge up, I could tuck my foot under, perform the same sort of Granby inversion. Bridge, tuck my foot under, same sort of Granby inversion there. So those are just a few ways that I like to practice the Granby roll in a sort of solo training environment to build this skill so that I can use it in technique application. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Ninja Everyday.